how's it going? I'm Amanda from Amanda Around the Globe. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about pros and cons of being a travel agent in Australia. I am American, can't tell from my accent, but I've lived in Sydney, Australia for 2 years and I love travel. I've traveled so much, that sounds like I'm bragging, and I traveled full-time for 3 years before I moved to Australia. So travel was my life for a long time. Travel agents are actually a really big thing in Australia. Unlike America, travel agents are not such a big thing. When I moved here, I knew that I wanted to become a travel agent right away. Now that I've been a travel agent for about 2 years, I have compiled a list of pros and cons because I absolutely love my job. There are amazing perks, but also it is not exactly what I imagined when I decided that I wanted to become a travel agent. So today I'm going to tell you guys all the pros and cons of being a travel agent. Pro is you get to talk to people about travel every day, all day. It's literally my job is to talk to people about travel. The con is that it's a very sales and target-based job. I've never worked in a sales position before or like a target-based job. It's been a big change for me because I can sit there and talk to people about travel all day, but selling travel is it just feels a bit weird. It's not so natural to me. Talking about travel, very natural. Selling travel, not so natural to me. So it's something that I've had to get used to, and it's been a process. Pro is the travel agent perks are absolutely amazing. I've gone on so many like work trips. I understand that I've been like a little unicorn in this process. It's not very common for people to go on as many trips as I have gone on. Since I've been a travel agent, so for about 2 years, I've gone on, let's count them. I've gone to Italy, I've gone to Fiji as a work trip, I've gone on a cruise to New Caledonia and Vanuatu, I've gone to the snow in Australia as a work trip. I think I might have gone on another one, but I just can't remember. The Cook Islands! I went to the Cook Islands in November 2019. I think maybe that's it. So 4 trips that I've gone on for work trips, which sometimes you do have to pay a fee to go on these trips, but for the most part they're already paid and just like educational. So granted, this is not normal. There's a lot of people that I know that worked as a travel agent for as long as I did and never went on any trips. I've been very much like finding what my options are and seeking them out, and also very lucky in a lot of instances. Moving on, the con of that is when I became a travel agent, I thought that the travel agent rates would be a massive savings, like huge discounts for travel agents. This is definitely not the case. There are definitely some really good agent rates, especially for like group tours and then certain airfares, like going to certain destinations. But for the most part, our agent rates are actually just the regular rate minus our commission, which is not a ton, to be honest. So it's not really that different than what a normal person would pay. Pro about being a travel agent is you will make a lot of friends that also love traveling. I need to have friends that also love travel, otherwise they just will not understand me. Con is that it can be very hard to switch off from work. I talk about work outside of work way too much. Michael can definitely testify to this. Pro is that it's pretty 9 to 5. Most of the time. A con is that there are definitely times where you'll have to work overtime, and that doesn't always equate to more money. Because we get paid salary, we don't get paid anything extra for hours that we work outside of our normal 9 to 5. So if you decide to work extra hours, that's your decision. If you end up getting paid more commission for that, good on you, but if not, you don't get any kind of benefit from that. Like, you don't get paid any extra, you don't get any kind of like time in lieu or anything like that. The company that I work for makes it very clear it's your decision to work extra, you don't have to, but all of the really successful people that I know in the company work way more than 40 hours a week. I'm talking like 60, 70 hours a week. The next pro is that the scheduling can be pretty flexible. The offices are not generally Monday to Friday. If you work in a leisure store like a retail for just a normal client base of the public, your office is usually open at least Monday to Saturday, if not 7 days a week. And so when you work on a weekend, you get a weekday off. And I have used this to my advantage so many times. So I will work a lot of Saturdays and then save all those days off and pair it with my annual leave so that I can get extra annual leave and go on more trips. The time when people see me traveling a lot, I'm working 6 days a week, for a few weeks before and after that trip to be able to go on that. So it does look like I travel a lot, but I definitely put in the work to do that. The con about this, in this industry, because it's sales and target based, you can't really take annual leave whenever you want. You have to approve it by your boss, which I know is standard in most jobs. Our situation, if your sales aren't great or if you don't have a lot of forward projections for the month that you want to go away, you cannot go on leave. Pro about the job is clients can be absolutely amazing. There's some clients that I've actually become friends with and that I really enjoy working with and talking to and helping them plan their travel. The con is that some clients can be absolutely terrible. I've had clients that have just personally attacked me, that come in and are just cruel, and they just can be absolutely evil. I've never cried so much at a job until I became a travel agent, but I've also had some really good times as well. The next thing is that you learn so much about the world. It's literally your job to learn about travel. The con is that some clients will expect you to know everything about the world, everything about these obscure places, random airport codes and things like that. I personally feel like that's not always fair. There's no way that someone could know everything about the world, especially someone that's young, and a lot of travel agents are actually quite young because it's a very low-paying industry. When you first start out, it's a labor of love. It's not really something you do to make a lot of money. You can make a decent amount of money, but I'll save that for a different video. Pro is that if you put in 100% effort, you can do really well. The con is that if you have a really bad month, it can feel absolutely terrible and depressing. Pro, an unlimited potential for income. Con is that the margin of what we're selling is actually generally quite low, and the money that we're actually taking home is a very small percentage of the actual commission that we're bringing in for the company. So for example, we make an average of about 10% margin, and then in the company that I work for, you'll make about 10% of that. So when I sell something, I'm making an average of 1% of what I'm selling. So we have to sell a lot to be able to make a decent income. Pro is that you can get to that point. A con is that it will take you a long time, like years and years, to be able to make a really decent income. I think you should put in at least 3 to 4 years before you expect to make over $60,000 a year. Pro is that it can feel amazing when you book someone's trip and they absolutely love it and they have a great time and they're really grateful to you, and they come back and they show you pictures and they just loved it, and it just makes you feel really good to know that you had a big part in planning their holiday. Con is that if you make a mistake on someone's booking, it can be horrendous. It can cost the company thousands of dollars, and it can obviously make the client very upset. It just, like, when you make a mistake, it's actually the worst feeling in the world. Not to be dramatic. Pro is that you work in a team, so you work as a store. You obviously work on an individual level, but you also have store targets, and it can be really fun, I think, to work as a team and to be able to use and utilize other people's experience and expertise. The con is that depending on your manager or team leader, it can be a very difficult experience. It really is up to your team leader and how they run the business. That will have a massive effect on your experience. Side note of that is that if you're in a remote area or a store that doesn't do that well, it can be very difficult and near impossible to be making decent money. That will have a massive impact on how much money you can actually make, because if you don't have clients coming in, you can't really be selling anything. A pro is that it's never boring and every day as a travel agent is different. A con is that there are a ton of changes. The company that I work for says that the only constant that we experience is change. If you're not a person that's comfortable with change, this could be a big struggle for you. There are a lot of changes happening all the time, especially now. Working as a travel agent before this pandemic and working as a travel agent during this pandemic is it seems like two completely different jobs. If you guys want me to make a video about working as a travel agent during this worldwide pandemic when travel is banned, let me know in the comments below, because that will be a totally different video. Pro is that you get, like, I personally got really excited when I learned the language of Sabre. Sabre is the airfare program that we use to build airfares, It is not user-friendly and you need to learn a lot of codes to be able to use it. And so once you know how to use it and you can use all the codes, you just feel like really cool. The bad part is that it is not user-friendly, as I said, and it's not something that you can really teach yourself. So it can be a really difficult learning experience depending on who you have teaching or mentoring you. A pro is that you will add so many countries and destinations to your bucket list. Personally, I really want to go to Tallinn, Estonia. It's like this really pretty old town and it seems to be one of the most underrated places. I've sent clients there and they absolutely love it. It's actually been the highlight of a few people's trips that I've sent there that had no idea of this place before. So I personally cannot wait to go there. I'm running out of time. So the last one that I have is pro is that we have uniforms. I'm wearing mine today. I really like having uniforms because I don't have to buy work clothes and I never have to worry about what to wear. Overall, I really love being a travel agent. It definitely has its ups and downs and it's not always perfect, but it's a job that I really enjoy, and for me the perks are just so amazing and something that I wouldn't be able to give up anytime soon. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever thought about being a travel agent. I'd really love to hear. But I hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know it got to be a bit long, so if you made it to the end, I would love to give you a big pat on the back. Congratulations. I hope you guys like this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye!